Did you know that about 85% of men fail to realize when they're being cheated on? Hard to believe, isn't it? But don't worry, because today we're diving into some eye-opening insights that could completely change how you understand your relationship. Before we get started, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you're ready to take control of your life and relationships. All right, let's cut to the chase. Gentlemen, this message is for you, and it might just reveal truths you've never considered before. Have you ever heard the saying that women are experts at hiding their true feelings? Well, it's not just a saying, it's reality. When it comes to infidelity, women often approach it with a level of subtlety and strategy that can leave even the most attentive partner in the dark. While men might sometimes leave behind telltale signs, women have an uncanny ability to cover their tracks. So well, in fact, that it can feel almost impossible to spot. But don't lose hope just yet. Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 common phrases women use when they're cheating. Phrases that often slip right under a man's radar. Imagine for a moment, what if the words your partner says are sending you signals you've completely overlooked? Do you truly know what's happening in your relationship? Could your partner have used one of these phrases without you even suspecting it? This is your chance to learn something that could fundamentally shift your perspective and potentially uncover truths you've been missing. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear could be the difference between living in illusion or discovering a reality that sets you free. Let's dive in. Number 1. So-and-so understands me so well. When your partner frequently brings up someone else in a positive or admiring way, it's worth paying attention. A phrase like, so-and-so understands me so well, might sound innocent at first, but it can hold much deeper significance. This could be an indication that she's forming a strong emotional connection with someone outside the relationship, one that might grow stronger over time. It's not just a straightforward comparison. Rather, it's frequently a subliminal indicator that she perceives or experiences someone else in a way that she doesn't perceive or experience in the relationship. This emotional bond can create distance between the two of you, opening the door to potential emotional or even physical infidelity. If you notice her frequently praising or comparing you to this so-and-so, it's essential to reflect on who this person is and the role they're playing in her life. Is this someone she's leaning on for emotional support? Could this be a sign that your connection needs more attention and nurturing? Being aware of these patterns is key to protecting your relationship. Rather than ignoring the signs, take time to communicate openly and honestly. Understanding what's happening beneath the surface can help you bridge any gaps and bring your partnership closer together. Number 2. Don't worry, I'm just going out with some friends. At first glance, this phrase might seem perfectly harmless. After all, spending time with friends is normal and healthy in any relationship. But sometimes, it can carry more beneath the surface. When someone wants to avoid scrutiny, they might use this as a routine excuse to deflect questions or suspicions. I'm just going out with some friends can subtly discourage you from digging deeper, allowing for activities that might not be as innocent as they appear. If this phrase starts to come up frequently, especially paired with vague details or inconsistencies in her stories, it's worth paying closer attention. Are there gaps in her explanations? Do her actions match her words? These small signs can sometimes point to deeper issues that shouldn't be overlooked. It's not about jumping to conclusions, but about being mindful of the patterns. A healthy relationship thrives on trust and openness, so if you feel uncertain, it's important to address it calmly and directly. Honest communication can help clarify the situation and strengthen your connection. By staying observant and engaged, you can ensure your relationship remains grounded in mutual understanding and respect. Number 3. I need more space for myself. When your partner says they need more space, it can sound like a sincere desire for balance and personal growth. And often, it truly is. In healthy relationships, giving each other room to breathe and pursue individual interests is important. However, it's also worth considering the context and patterns surrounding this request. Sometimes the phrase, "I need more space," might be used to justify spending time apart in ways that aren't entirely transparent. While it may appear like a step toward personal development, it can also mask a growing emotional or physical distance in the relationship. If you notice that her space consistently leads to time spent on activities she doesn't share with you, or if your connection feels less frequent and more strained, it's time to take a closer look. This isn't about jumping to conclusions or assuming the worst, but about being mindful of the dynamics in your relationship. Are there changes in how you communicate or connect? Does this newfound space create clarity and mutual respect? Or does it leave you feeling excluded and uncertain? Healthy boundaries should strengthen a partnership, not weaken it. If you feel uneasy, approach the conversation with curiosity and openness. Ask questions, listen deeply, and work together to understand each other's needs. Awareness and honest dialogue are key to preserving trust and keeping your relationship on solid ground. Number 4. I'm working late tonight. "I'm working late tonight" is a phrase that might seem reasonable and harmless. After all, everyone has busy periods at work. But when this becomes a frequent excuse, it's worth pausing to consider if there's more to the story. Work commitments are often used as a cover for absences, especially when there's something your partner doesn't want to share. If you notice this explanation popping up regularly, pay attention to her behavior and schedule. Are there sudden changes or inconsistencies in her stories? Does she seem defensive or dismissive when you ask simple questions about her overtime? While it's important not to jump to conclusions, being mindful of patterns can help you understand what's really going on. A genuine explanation will often come with openness and consistency, while vague answers or avoidance might signal something else entirely. The key is communication. Instead of making assumptions, have a calm and honest conversation. Express your feelings without accusation and listen carefully to her responses. This approach not only helps uncover the truth, but also strengthens the foundation of trust and transparency in your relationship. Number 5. I think we need some time apart. Hearing your partner say, "I think we need some time apart," can feel like a sincere effort to address challenges in your relationship. And sometimes it truly is. A break can be a chance to reflect, reset, and work toward a healthier dynamic. However, it's also important to consider the underlying intentions behind this request. At times, asking for time apart can serve as a way to create distance for reasons that aren't immediately clear. It might open the door for someone to explore other connections or alleviate guilt they may feel about existing doubts or actions. If this suggestion seems to come out of nowhere or lacks much context, it's worth taking a closer look. Is it truly about needing space, or could it be an attempt to test your response or prepare for a significant change? Pay attention to the frequency and manner of such requests. Does it feel like a genuine desire to strengthen the relationship in the long run, or does it leave you feeling uncertain and excluded? Instead of jumping to conclusions, approach the situation with calmness and clarity. Have an honest conversation to understand her reasons and intentions. By fostering open dialogue, you can uncover the real meaning behind the request and determine the best way forward for both of you. Number 6. You deserve someone better than me. When your partner says, "You deserve someone better than me," it may sound like an expression of humility or regret. On the surface, it might seem like a heartfelt acknowledgement of their shortcomings, but this phrase can also signal something deeper. Often, it's an indirect admission of guilt or awareness of inappropriate behavior. This statement can sometimes be a way to shift responsibility or pave the way for a possible separation. By saying this, your partner may be attempting to ease their own guilt, especially if infidelity or other forms of emotional disconnection are involved. While it may sound like an honest reflection of inadequacies, it can be a subtle tactic to justify actions or prepare you for changes in the relationship. Each phrase like this carries its own weight, often layered with meaning that's not immediately apparent. Recognizing these signs is essential for understanding the state of your relationship. It's not about jumping to conclusions, but being mindful and aware of patterns in communication. Now, take a moment to reflect. Have you heard phrases like this before? If so, it's an opportunity to engage in open and honest dialogue with your partner. Awareness is the first step to protecting and nurturing what matters most to you. If this insight resonates with you, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends who might find it helpful, and subscribe for more empowering content on building stronger, healthier relationships.